Hello. Hold on, let me see if I can hear myself. If I'm audible. Audible. Just a minute. Oh, I'm live. Okay. Just a minute. Okay, so apparently I'm on. Let me just wait for a few people to join and then we start. One person is watching. Hi. Is it? Oh, let me just remove here. Guys, who is watching? Please let me know. As a okay. Let me just comment here the link. Guys, we're just waiting for a few more people before we start. I don't want us to be here bored. It's gonna be quick. Just a quick live video. Hi Gibbs. Oh, this is nice. Hello, how are you? Did you Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Guys, who else is in the chat? Please let me know. Charlie, yes, Charlie, I got your video. I think you sent it to me on WhatsApp. I just need to respond, you know. But once I get off this live, yeah, I see it. Once I get off this live, I'll be able to respond to that. I appreciate when you send me the links because I'm able to do videos off that. Then I can like know what's trending or what people like, and then we move along. We help each other. Hi, Stuart. How are you? Hi. It's the usual. It's the gang, guys. I'm sorry I've changed the setting. In a different space. For this week, I'll be back to my old space. Next week. So on the next live I'll be back at my space. I'm just here. I didn't want to cancel today's live. I'm a bit up and down. I haven't settled. Stuart, you got your match shirt. Please send me a picture. Is it good? How does it look like? Because the merch doesn't come from me. It comes from like the other party. Is it the other party? So there's a certain company that you just put your designs on and then it sends to people. Please. Oh, that would be so nice. That is lovely. Thank you so much for your support. I don't take it for granted. And if you're watching this, be informed that I do have merch that says Uganda looks good on me and Uganda is calling, so I must go. Okay? And yeah, that's that. I was still saying that it's a new setting. Literally nothing. No light. Well, there's light, but like I hope the lighting that's on right now, I hope I look good. If not, this is my true face. You got me. Sorry, that's wrong. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, I look normal. I hope so. No makeup, just here. Anyway, Stuart, your shirt fits perfectly. Lovely. Love that. Love that. I'm so grateful. Even Charlie got his shirt. It's nice. Charlie saying I look fine. Thank you. It's because I don't have like the studio lights in front of me that I usually use for the live. But sorry guys, been a long week, and the week hasn't ended. Oh, adulthood, and I have a busy weekend. I think I'll be able to rest in the end. Well, anyway, guys, so I think I'll just get straight to the point. We're discussing sex tourism. So Charlie got his shot. Charlie, thank you for getting your shot. Guys, I've put up a link. So if you want to join me, that's the StreamYard link that you can tap and then you'll be in studio and we can discuss this at length. I don't want to take up your time because I know how precious that is. I want us to talk about sex tourism. Let's describe sex tourism on the internet. Okay, so hold on. Okay, let me just put this up there. Okay, so Google describes sex tourism as the organization of holidays with the purpose of taking advantage of the lack of restrictions imposed on sexual activities and prostitution by some foreign countries. you know. So why did I come up with this topic? I was on there's a lady not obsessed with. There's a Kenyan lady that I like. She's called Edith. Is it Kimathi or Kimani? I think Kimathi. She works with DW. She was recently on a podcast for Jules and her friend. Then I was just like, oh, I like this woman. I went down a rabbit hole and like her. Anyway, she works for DW and she's doing this segment called Street Debate, and they were talking about sex tourism in the Gambia, right? And that got me thinking. There's so many countries that are experiencing sex tourism. If you search about sex tourism right now, the one thing that comes up as of now, hi, Dakris, how I didn't butcher your name. Greetings to you too. So the on the list, the countries that are the top, of course, we have Cambodia, we have Thailand and whatnot. But the African countries that are actually there are Kenya. Very surprised. So there's Kenya, there's Gambia, and then there's South Africa. You know. So they were trying to debunk the whole stereotype that Gambia is known as a sex tourism. Stuart, I'm going to add you on later. Just give me a minute. Gambia is known as a sex tourism hub or destination, right? So they were trying to like say people need to let go of the stereotype, people need to stop that thinking and that imagination that Gambia is the sex tourism destination. And yeah, so what am I getting at? I'm trying to get at the fact that there are people out there who plan trips just to go out there and use their I need to be nice. Use their parts, quote unquote, to use their parts and use their parts to, do certain things. There are people who just make it a point to like, oh, I need to travel to this country, but what girls are there or like which girls can I get with. So that to me is sex tourism. Someone who literally planned like a whole Africa leg tour or something, and they're just dipping their things in other people. I'm just going to add Stuart to the. Hi, Stuart.
Hello there, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're showing your face today. What? What size is that?
That's a large. The only thing is where it says so I must go, that part's not covered in. So it's supposed to be covered in?
Really?
Yeah, see, it
I
says
see that.
maybe it's a mistake, maybe. I'm just calling, so I must go. Actually, that's the most important part, right?
Yeah.
Oh well, maybe they didn't want me to say it that loudly.
Yeah, no, I'll go in there and correct it. I'm so sorry about that.
It's all good. It's okay.
If you ever come to Uganda, I'll get you a free one.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I appreciate your support. So, what do you think about today's topic?
Oh, we all know that's true. It happens all over the world. I mean, there's a lot of predators out there, and I think they take advantage of the fact that the situations are more dire, and so they use their money to, and also where they're coming from to use to influence things. I mean, that's a big problem everywhere, right? So
Yeah, but like, so you see, you have two kinds of people. That people who say, okay, so if I go to a certain country and he happens to like have a girl or some girls, would that be considered as sex tourism?
oh oh, absolutely. oh,
That is sex.
oh,
No, but
absolutely.
wouldn't you say
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
So
Of
what
course.
would you call passport bros?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I know a few of those guys, and I do think, okay, so okay. It can be both. So
Mm-hmm.
you absolutely have guys, because you and I have talked about the women here, and it is absolutely a real situation. And I hear it's the same in the UK to some degree. You do have women here that are very uncooperative. So I do feel for the younger guys. I mean, if I was in the age bracket, if my kids were not adults and I was younger, I absolutely would try to seek a woman overseas. But back then, they didn't have internet like they do now. But
Mm-hmm.
you definitely have a segment of guys that are truly looking for real relationships. Absolutely. So I would say the passport bro movement. You probably have a lot of guys too that are hiding underneath that. So for example, I wouldn't think that Austin Holloman, I wouldn't consider him to be a sex tourist at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's speaking legitimately about the issues he's seeing. Um, but I know for sure there are guys, like a lot of them go to like Colombia and play. You can tell by the places they go to, they go unprepared. They're using their money to take advantage. So yes, both, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's what bros and movement. Absolutely, I would not categorize them as sex tourists as a group. No, no, definitely not. It's
Oh, it
yeah, definitely
would be
not.
something different. But like, it's a bit tricky. Like, but what's the word I'm trying to get at? Wouldn't like shouldn't governments come up with certain laws to like stop sex tourism? Because I was reading,
Oh, well, I tell you one that's even worse: child trafficking. Right, falls in the same umbrella. The guys are going to these countries for the same reason, looking for kids. It's just the way you're talking about. They're looking for women, but they're a little older. But there's the child trafficking too. That's even worse.
that's worse.
Yeah, and I think it's the same pool of people. Well, maybe those are a little more degenerate people, but it's the same issue, right? Uh, I think in both cases, people from more developed areas are taking advantage of the of these other countries, because it's money, right? It's money.
Yeah.
I
Oh
think
my
it's
God.
yeah.
Oh God, that's really unfortunate. Because I was reading there was a Norwegian guy who was arrested in the Gambia for sleeping with a minor or minors, and then he was let go. So people are a bit furious about that. How is this Norwegian guy being let go for committing certain crimes? That means it's like the country is sending a message that it's okay for people to do things like that
Yeah.
because there are not repercussions or anything like that.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's a big problem, and I do think that the people from like in the states and other places, they know their money goes further, so they're going
Mm,
there with a predatory mindset. It's because of the money.
it's the money.
Absolutely, I think so.
Even when they get with minors or anything like that. Yeah, anyway, because like most of the countries they practice in sex tourism are like countries that are struggling a bit. People
Right,
are underpaid,
money.
high levels of unemployment, so they see that opportunity and they say, hey, let me use my currency to like get laid multiple times
Absolutely.
with no um protection whatsoever, just going out there and risking putting people's lives at risk. There are people out there actually moving like that.
Yeah, and some of those guys are getting killed too, right? I mean, they're getting scoped. I mean, I see a lot of stories about guys going to Colombia, and it was recently there was this Asian guy that was seeing some woman in Colombia, and a lot of those gangs down there, they see these wave of guys coming in with all this money, and so they're kind of using those as ways to to rob them, and try to do things. So it's going both. There's some predatory stuff going on too, where people are paying a price, but it's
Mm,
all about money. I mean, clearly, yeah. But you,
it's
but
the money.
yeah, but don't you think too that um, I always think that because from the country like the United States, it's probably a little tough to think about why someone's going somewhere. They could say it's a vacation, they could say anything. But for the countries they're going to, I think it's probably, you could let me know what you think, but maybe it's easier to enforce there. You have foreigners coming in. Where are you going?
Hmm.
Why are you coming? Where are you spending your time? Is, it's probably easier to track. But from the US,
I
people,
mean,
what do you think?
you can ask all those questions, but you're not going to be with them in the night when they go out and they meet a waitress who's desperate and be like, okay, come to my hotel room and let's
Yeah.
discuss or talk about it, or a promise of maybe I'll get you this job or that or
Okay,
something
so you bring up a good point though. If it's an adult and it's a business arrangement, is that really sex tourism then? Because I always think if you're taking
Oh,
advantage of somebody, I think that you're giving them promises or you're not being completely totally honest about what you're doing, But if it's just a straight, John arrangement or something like that, I think that's just I don't think that's sex tourism. That's just two adults that so you have to be taking advantage of somebody. I think that's what I think.
that's two adults handling business, would you call
Yeah,
it
yeah, something like that happens everywhere. I mean,
but isn't one person being taken advantage of?
not if they say, well, the example you just gave, if she says, "Hey, let's go to my hotel room," and she knows it's about money, no, I mean she's making money, or he, it is today. But I don't think that's tourism if it's two people that I guess Gibbs
Mm,
is like, I don't know about that. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, is that okay? He's saying the same thing I have. Is this the same Gibbs as in Kinganda?
Gibbs.
That the same guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, very smart guy, man. I love to hear him speak.
Oh
But
no,
yeah, I agree
this
with
is
him
not
completely.
the other. Are you talking about the Ugandan American?
No, there's one guy that comes on you guys' channel all the time, and he's very well spoken, and he spent some time in the
Oh,
states, and he's from I think he's
the
native
West.
Ugandan. I'm not sure, but you guys,
Yeah, I think
oh,
it.
Gabs, is it Gabs? Maybe I don't know. I don't get the names. I don't know.
Yeah. That one is different from this one. This is
Okay.
Gibbs.
Oh, this Gibbs and Gabs.
He put a capital no, N-O. He's like, no.
Yeah, I mean, look what he's saying here. I don't know about that. People buy prostitutes in the States. Yeah, I mean, selling
Yeah.
that exactly. I think if it's just two, I agree with that. If it's just two adults, then
Yeah, but I think Gibbs was saying, okay, let me just read for the part. Like, I don't know about that. People buy prostitutes in the States, sell Nash, the oldest business on the planet. Obviously, there's like prostitution everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
people are fighting for their right to legalize prostitution because in this part of the world, prostitution is illegal, right? So that people trying to make it.
Honestly, Jonita, if you ask me, no matter where you live, men, in order to get women, period, even if you don't have it underneath that name, you have to have money of some type or provide something.
But
So it's all technically, if you think about it at that level, I think when you start taking advantage of someone that's younger, or you're you're leveraging things in some way or putting someone at risk, then it's traffic. Then I think it's bad. Then I think
it's
it's all underneath your topic. Yeah.
okay, okay, because okay.
You
I
don't
get
think
what
so?
you're saying.
Why don't you think if a woman says, "Hey, the guy's like, I'm not gonna,"
Okay,
why would you not think that that's not
okay, I see. Of course, I understand what you're saying. Like these days, money kind of moves and money kind of talks because there's so many girls saying, "Oh, I wouldn't date someone like this. I have to get a rich man. That rich men have become rich men. Like the whole world must be rich."
the guy that has money, period. You're not getting a woman. I don't care where you are in the world. I mean, generally without some type of money, right?
Yeah.
That's why guys here say technically, even if you're married, I mean, you got to pay to play some level.
Yeah. Okay. I don't
Exactly.
think that is related because with sex tourism, it's more like you are making it a point to have sex with as many people as you can in all these destinations.
Right. If you're not taking advantage of them, then you got the money. Because I think honestly, if it's a woman, and there are women like that, says, hey, if you're going to pay, or if you're going to do whatever some kind of way, and it's an agreement, and we know what it is, I don't think that's anything wrong with that.
No, I think people should practice responsible tourism, where it's like, okay, if I'm going to this country to tour, maybe I should stick to that. The bare men out here just sleeping around in these foreign countries.
For the topic you have on your show today, for what you're talking about, is your rub, even that guys, even if a woman, an adult says, hey, pay to play, you have a problem with that too? I could see the child trafficking and taking advantage of minors. That's obvious. But even for a woman that's an adult that says, hey, and the guy's coming there to get as much as he can, he's paying, so he's not hurting anybody. Why is that she's getting what she wants. It's two consenting adults. I mean,
she's getting what she wants, but under what circumstances? Is she coming from a place of wanting to, or from a place of being desperate?
Well, I'm sure it could be both, but it's not like she's being lied to. I don't see a problem with that. I really don't.
Okay, there's no problem with that. I think from my end, from the outside looking in, it's more of like, if this lady was in a better position and making good money, she probably wouldn't agree to something like that.
That's true even here. It's a lot of guys, even celebrities, they get women. There's no way they couldn't get them. They didn't have their money. I mean, that's always true. You have to have something. As a man, you have to have something. Usually some type of money or some way. If you're not taking advantage of somebody, I think you have to have something. That's just true. Even if you're walking down the aisle, I mean, we have to have something, and it's financially, period.
As men, you need to have, yes, you need to have something.
Yeah. So,
if it's two consenting adults and they know what they're doing, obviously, like if it's safe and whatnot, by all means, that's their business. We don't want to be in that business. But someone who is making it a point to, they're calling them dirty Harrys, making it a point to just move around funny. I think that's tourism.
I mean, the guy's got to question himself, his morals. But I mean, if he's not hurting anybody, I mean, it's not the cleanest way to live, but I don't think that's trafficking. Trafficking, I think, means you are actually taking advantage of someone, kidnapping them, putting them in harm's way, giving them promises. You're doing something. It's something that if they knew, here you go. Let's see what you think. The difference, I think, is if the woman or whoever you're dealing with knows your full intent and they are okay with it and they know fully what you're doing, then it's not trafficking.
Yeah.
But if they know it's like a pay-to-play situation, then it's just two consenting adults.
Yeah, I do agree with that. When you say it like that, it makes sense. Obviously.
And this is what Charlie B says. I mean, women. I think honestly, if a woman if she's getting money for whatever reason, I mean, I still don't think
But
that's. I don't think you're taking advantage. I mean, I really don't, because women, even here, women only get with guys that have a certain that they can get something from. Usually, unless they make a bad decision, right? Women do that even in a pure situation. They say, "Well, I'm only going to date this guy," we see all these celebrities and these, these people that are famous that have these women that that if they didn't make the money, they wouldn't get those women. So that works both ways. What about women that I know, like when they had the NBA All-Star game here, it was in Cleveland where I'm at here, and they had all these guys from the NBA coming here to play for the All-Star weekend, and you had droves of women showing up. They were wearing all kinds of stuff, hoping to snatch one of these guys. These guys, so what's that? So you have women that show up, like even the actors, they know even the athletes, they know their contracts, they know how much they're making, they know what hotels they're staying in when they come in town. So you have a lot of women that are targeting these guys. So what is that? I think it's the same. I really do.
Charlie is saying, what if the guy has money and the woman is poor? The guy is taking advantage of her poverty.
No, that's what I'm answering. I don't think so. As long as you're not lying to her, I mean, yeah, your money is allowing you to get some, but if she says this is the conditions under which I want to do this, yeah, sure. I mean, guys are going to these places because they know their money goes a long way. They can get as much as they want. The women would never be giving them anything if they didn't have the money. So, I mean, what about what about all these foreigners from the UK, these older white people that are with these younger girls and younger guys? It's the same thing, right? I mean, it's all money.
Yeah.
I just think trafficking in the U.S. normally means you are kidnapping or you're doing something against somebody's will that they would choose not to do.
Yeah.
They knew that's the trafficking definition here,
I think that you're right, guys. If you hear a dog barking in the background, please bear with me. The guard dog gets excited.
Oh, that's your dog?
No, it's not my dog.
Oh, okay.
It's a landlord's dog.
Yeah.
But the guard dog is a very cute dog. It's called Oscar. He just likes to bark.
I mean, Jonita, if you met a guy and he was rich, what would you do? I don't know if you're anybody, but if he was
turning the tables.
He didn't smell bad. He took care of himself.
No, but like, so he's a foreigner in this country, and has he been sleeping around?
No, I'm saying what he's no, of course not. I mean, I'm saying if he's somebody that okay, I mean, I watch a lot of you guys shows and stuff and all that, and the guys having money is a big prerequisite for the women even getting.
Yeah, for African women, money is like a big.
Well, women here too. Women everywhere.
Yeah.
So how is that any different?
Yeah. Okay, it's a thin line. Okay, no, when you say it the way you say it, it kind of puts loopholes in my argument, because I came with this whole topic to argue about it, and
you're talking about trafficking. I'm just saying I think you're putting in the consensual stuff into trafficking. Trafficking to me is a when you talk about kids, which a kid cannot give consent. I don't care how much you rationalize, they're too young. That's trafficking. Or worse, molestation or what do you call it? Pornography kind of thing.
Someone is saying it's the practice. So by practice, meaning it's been done often, of traveling to foreign countries, often on a different continent, with the intention of engaging in sexual activity or relationships, in exchange providing money or lifestyle support.
Not trafficking. Nope.
Yeah, not trafficking.
No, it's consensual. I mean, you've got the money. You're not preying on them. The woman's they're getting money. The guy's bringing his money. It's a barter system.
Yeah.
I don't think that's. I mean, sure. You go where those women are dealing with the guys that can solve the problems they're looking for. The guys are looking for women that it's a match. I don't think that's taking advantage.
Okay. If you say it like that, Gibbs is saying, what do we call it when women prey on native foreigners who come in the country and try to
I was just saying about the people from the UK. I see a lot of videos of these older white people. A lot of these older white women are going to these young guys, and they're studying them out and everything, and they're providing for their lifestyle and all that. And if they had the money, they wouldn't be dealing with those people. But
yeah,
it's an exchange, right?
Yeah. Gibbs, I hope you got an answer. The person with the money is in the position of power. Yes, Charlie, the one with the money controls you and owns you.
Well, it depends on how far you go, right? I mean, if it's just a money exchange, that's it. Now, if you're like putting rules on them, I saw a video. think it was yesterday, of this one girl from where was she from? She was someplace in it's either Uganda or Kenya, I think. And the guy paid a dowry and all that, and he got her to go back to the States. He took her phone, he controlled who she could call and all that, and he was abusing her and everything. And eventually they wind up breaking up. Now, a situation like that where he clearly, when he went over, he knew what he was doing, and she didn't know that was going to be the case. So that's not cool. That's definitely taking advantage,
of the person. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. This is saying if it's done by force, it doesn't matter. You choose to take that money. Yeah, that's true. But
Well,
with this one,
the person has to knowingly know they're not going to get hurt, right? I mean, I think if they are being duped, I mean, I think that's bad. I think that's
yeah,
yeah.
definitely. I feel like at the end of the day, we just have to be like responsible human beings. And guys, this dog, is it so loud? Can you guys?
Yo, I can hear it. It's real loud.
Yeah, he gets excited.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I even saying? I feel like people just need to be responsible tourists. Like just be careful out there. Just because you have like money with like huge currency, you're richer in the poor country. It doesn't mean that you need to like go all out and be what and be a manhole. Be like Gibbs, guys. When Gibbs is in Uganda, he's very generous with his money. Literally,
Generous.
he like
I've heard that's risky though, to lead with your money. I hear that. I keep watching videos
is
and
it. He
I
has
hear-
a time when he's here. He wants to just I don't know buy things for people,
well,
pay
for
for things.
women, is it just people in general? Is he like
It's people in general. Gibbs, defend yourself in the comment section. But
yeah,
it's people in general.
I would think you have to be careful with that because you got the charlatans that come your way and you've got to really don't you think you have to be careful with that, maybe a little bit?
Yeah, let Gibbs tell us how he has managed to be generous and avoid
Especially
the
since you said,
African
especially
money.
since you said generous. I mean, you kind of said that with a capital G. You said so.
Yeah, generous. No, because like I saw it firsthand, I was able to see it. That's why I say generous. Because like not most people are like that. It's a few people who are like that. So that's why I say it like that. But yeah, honestly, at the end of the day, people just have to be careful. And so what happens if this girl that you're with claims you did something to her and then you are there in court or something?
Oh, you mean like accused of a crime or something? Like you?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but it doesn't depend on her history. I mean, something, don't they? It's probably harder for a foreigner to get in trouble, I would think, right?
Mhm. Oh, it's very easy. If
Yeah,
you're a foreign in a foreign country, like anything can go.
no, I mean, as far as with a woman and saying you violate her in
Oh,
some way, is that they normally they
there
normally
was there was an African American who was arrested in Kenya, I think at the coast. He was arrested. Was it for pedophilia or something?
for child stuff. That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
see if I can get my email so that so it's things like that happening because
yeah, if you're
apparently
dealing
he
with a
went
child and you
some
deserve
sort.
everything that comes your way. There's no way to defend that. You're dealing with a minor. And a lot of people do
Yeah.
go to countries for minors. That's why I
Hold
think
on.
you have to kind of like say what the situation is, right? Something like that is not even an argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just get the site for you guys. Hold on. Arrested in. Hold on. Let me just read some comments as this comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think someone sent it to us as an email. Okay, my phone is here. Sorry, guys. Let me read some comments. The Chris, please pronounce your name. Let me put it up so that someone can help me with this pronunciation. Fitzroy is saying the ironic.
Oh my God, I see his comment too. Oh wow, does that really happen?
Well,
I mean, really? Does that happen? I haven't come across. I wouldn't know. Are these
they
guys bringing diseases and killing off the people in Africa because they're bringing in all kinds of diseases? Is that really happening? Wow.
Yeah. How do you pronounce his name, first of all?
Fitzroy looks like.
Oh, Fitzroy. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Wow.
Oh, God.
That's something.
Right? You think that's happening, or it's a conspiracy theory?
Oh, you mean me?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard anything about. I wouldn't know. I'm no expert, but I haven't heard anything about health risk. I'm sure. I wouldn't think it'd be any different than being here in America. You can catch stuff if you're just going around there going raw everywhere. But as far as
Yeah.
reduction of population, all that sounds like an epidemic. If you stand to that level, I
Yeah.
would,
People.
would have thought we would have heard about that. To that level, but I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I think I'll just have to look for this later.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, it's here. Yeah, it was to a young girl. A 64-year-old American from LA
Oh my
was
God.
arraigned in a Kenyan court and charged with multiple counts of alleged trafficking in persons, defilement, and committing indecent acts with children, among other charges.
Yeah.
There's a charge of assaulting a 16-year-old, but the case was closed over insufficient evidence. So apparently, he teaches the Bible in Hebrew. He refers to himself as a professor. Yeah, apparently, there's a Kenyan woman who joined his movement and divorced her husband. And then her daughter ended up marrying this man, and she works for him as an administrator. Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah, that sounds pretty warped.
Yeah, I didn't want to drop any names just in case
Yeah.
someone say anything. Yeah, so it's really unfortunate that people out there, people move mad, honestly. People move mad for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else, Stuart, that you'd like to add?
No, I just wanted to show you my shirt. I didn't know I was going to be talking.
Yes, show off the shirts.
Show off the shirt.
Uganda, yeah, Uganda is calling, so I must go. I'm
Yes.
gonna work on the black thing, right?
I'm gonna fix it so
I-
I must go part because that part doesn't have any color to it. So anyway,
Right?
I'll
That
get
is
a new
bad.
one. That's all.
I don't know how they do that, but I'll send them an email.
Yeah, but that's a nice shirt though.
Yeah, it is amazing. I like the words.
Oh.
Godspeed is saying, do Africans address these sexual acts in these countries these offenders come from?
Yeah, that's what I was asking you. Is from the countries because can they do anything with From what I've heard, I've never seen anybody talk about this. It doesn't seem like they do anything to these foreigners. I haven't
No,
seen-
they don't.
Yeah,
No, there's not much they do. Even if they get them, they'll let them go, which is very unfortunate.
that is unfortunate. Yeah.
But it's Kenya and South Africa have laws against sex tourism, by the way. So there's that. Yeah, there's that. But yeah, guys, Stuart, thank you so much for coming
I have
on.
a question for you though.
Please go ahead.
So you mentioned the passport bros. So, what is your opinion overall of that movement? Do you think it's more of a predatory organization for these other countries, or you think what percentage would you give it? Like 70%, most of those guys are just worthless, and only 30% of them are genuine, or would you say 80-20? Would you say 60-40? Because you led with that, so I was just curious.
I think I would gather in terms of percentage, I'll say like maybe 20% of them are genuine, and then the rest are just out there to just have fun.
Okay, well, you're
Yeah.
I'm not aware. I wouldn't know. Only if I follow a few people. Well, glad for telling me that because
Yeah, it kind of looks that way. By the way, this is just my personal.
you would know better than me because you have the show and everything. Wow, that's too bad.
No. But it's just obviously there's some who are really good. There are some passport pros who are really good and they're looking for love, but then there's some who just have this notion of, oh, if I get like they failed to get women in the States, and then they think like if they come to Africa, they're like in one way or another we are almost similar in some things. Women are women at the end of the day. Like some things will be similar. The same thing you're running from the other side could be the same thing that you'll find here. So what are you going to do then? That means you'll end up you keep on trying to get a person, and it's like, it never ends.
Right, but the women countries are a lot more accommodating. I mean, so
definitely.
So that's probably the difference. That's sorry to hear that. I wasn't aware of that. I mean, I only follow the positive situations there. I wasn't aware it was that bad, but that's
Yeah.
unfortunate. Yeah.
Not to say that bad, like, or that wreaking havoc, or cause the world is going to shit or something like that. It's just that it's I understand where they come from. I understand the notion. I understand the movement, but I would also like for them to also understand that you can't run away from certain things. Some of the things that you experience elsewhere, you may experience here too, because I feel like they come with all these high expectations of what an African woman needs to be, and in that process you end up hurting people and hurting yourself.
Yeah, right. But what you just described there, those guys are coming here just to, just to get some. They're not thinking about that. If you have guys that
Well,
just, you know what I mean, they're not trying to look for anything positive, but they're just coming just to because it's easier to get women than not trying to
I
build.
mean, the headline is that they're looking for love and looking for a wife, but you can see how many of them have actually gotten that. But yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Stuart. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. All right.
Okay, bye.
Sure. Okay.
Oh,
Bye.
okay, that was Stuart. Thank you so much, Stuart. I appreciate everything. Guys, I appreciate everyone on the live today, taking your time out to come and hear me ramble. I hope I made sense. I'll do a long form video on this to make sure to do my research and whatnot. I want to come better prepared next time than I am today. I didn't want to miss today's live because I missed last week's live, so I'm doing better with consistency. But yeah, that's that. Guys, super chat me if you can. If you can, obviously, we're trying to grow the channel. We're trying to get something out of the channel so that I can go on to do better things and bigger things. Someone sent me an email like, oh, you need to show off Uganda in a certain light. You need to be out there, da da da. But all those activities actually need some funding. But we'll get there. When the time is right, it will happen. I believe in God's timing. So baby steps. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, like this video and do all the nice things, and I will I guess see you next time. Shout out to the dog, I was calling mine, for his God. Yeah, guys, Godspeed. Please be safe wherever it is that you are. Remember that your life is precious and that the Lord Jesus loves you. Okay, bye.